non-alcoholic version, and we also have some with rum in it. What you're gonna need is first ingredients. You're gonna need the Jade Fizz mix, a lime leaves, sparkling water, and Bacardi rum. And you're gonna get all of this once you purchase your kit from us. And now tools. You're gonna need something to measure with: a jigger or a measuring cup, pint glass, and a spoon. I have a bar spoon because that's what I have here, but if you're at home and you don't have one, you can just use a regular spoon. So what you're gonna do first is measure out 1.5 ounces of the Jade Fizz mix with your jigger or measuring cup. So 1.5 ounces, you're gonna pour that into the pint. Then 1.5 ounces of Bacardi rum. Now you're gonna need some ice. You're gonna top out the glass with the ice and stir with your spoon. And you can do this for about 12 seconds or so until everything's like well chilled. Everything's combined and chilled. You're gonna top it off with sparkling water. And garnish it with a lime leaf and a lime wedge. So you're gonna cut your lime into little wedges for garnishes. And there you have it, the Jade Fizz. Now we're moving on to the non-alcoholic version. And same deal, you're gonna get also a little baggie of the mix. And you're gonna measure out 1.5 ounces of the mix. And this one has no alcohol in it. So 1.5 ounces. And now instead of the rum, you're gonna use this aloe vera that you're also gonna get with the non-alcoholic kit. And it's 1 ounce, 2 ounces actually, this one. 2 ounces. Top it up with ice. And stir until everything is combined and chilled. Top it up again with the sparkling water, and it's gonna have the same garnishes: a lime leaf and a little lime wedge. Non-alcoholic Jade Fizz.
To start signing up as a bidder, the first step is to click on the Start Bidding button, which appears in the top right-hand corner. You may see packages below, but you'll also notice the Start Bidding button is appearing in the top right corner. Once I click Start Bidding, I have two options. I can create an account or log in with one I've already set up. We're going to create an account. Type in the email that you'd like to use and press Confirm. Once doing so, you're going to be sent a confirmation email to wrap up the rest of your setup. It looks something like this. And when I open the email, it's got an option for my password, name, and contact info. Remember, your password needs to have a combination of numeric characters and symbols. Add your first name, last name, address. Very important function here is to remember your mobile number. Online bidding can send auto-generated text messages when you're outbid or notifying you, but it only does so if you have a mobile number on file. Add your credit card number, expiration date, and press Create. Once done, you'll be brought to a page which shows you that bidding is now open. You click on the green gavel and now you can go in and make your first bid.
Thank you for joining ACRS Virtual Gala today. My name is Gil, and I'm the lead bartender at Nue Restaurant here in Capitol Hill, Seattle. And today we're going to start things off by showing you how to make our custom gala cocktail, the Jade Fizz. We have two versions. We have the non-alcoholic version, and we also have some with rum in it. What you're going to need is first ingredients. You're going to need the Jade Fizz mix, a lime leaves, sparkling water, and Bacardi rum. And you're gonna get all of this once you purchase your kit from us. And now tools. You're just gonna need something to measure with: a jigger or a measuring cup, pint glass, and a spoon. I have a bar spoon because that's what I have here, but if you're at home and you don't have one, you can just use a regular spoon. So what you're gonna do first is measure out 1.5 ounces of the Jade Fizz mix with your jigger or measuring cup. So 1.5 ounces, you're gonna pour that into the pint. Then 1.5 ounces of Bacardi rum. Now you're gonna need some ice. You're gonna top out the glass with the ice and stir with your spoon. And you can do this for about 12 seconds or so until everything's like well chilled. Everything's combined and chilled. You're gonna top it off with sparkling water. And garnish it with a lime leaf and a lime wedge. So you're gonna cut your lime into little wedges for garnishes. And there you have it, the Jade Fizz. Now we're moving on to the non-alcoholic version. And same deal, you're gonna get also a little baggie of the mix. And you're gonna measure out 1.5 ounces of the mix. And this one has no alcohol in it. So 1.5 ounces. And now instead of the rum, you're gonna use this aloe vera that you're also gonna get with the non-alcoholic kit. And it's 1 ounce, 2 ounces actually, this one. 2 ounces. Top it up with ice. And stir until everything's combined and chilled. Top it up again with the sparkling water. And it's gonna have the same garnishes. Lime leaf and a little lime. Non-alcoholic Jade Fizz.
To start signing up as a bidder, the first step is to click on the Start Bidding button, which appears in the top right-hand corner. You may see packages below, but you'll also notice the Start Bidding button is appearing in the top right corner. Once I click Start Bidding, I have two options. I can create an account or log in with one I've already set up. We're going to create an account. Type in the email that you'd like to use and press Confirm. Once doing so, you're going to be sent a confirmation email to wrap up the rest of your setup. It looks something like this. And when I open the email, it's got an option for my password, name, and contact info. Remember, your password needs to have a combination of numeric characters and symbols. Add your first name, last name, address. Very important function here is to remember your mobile number. Online bidding can send auto-generated text messages when you're outbid or notifying you, but it only does so if you have a mobile number on file. Add your credit card number, expiration date, and press Create. Once done, you'll be brought to a page which shows you that bidding is now open. You click on the green gavel, expiration date, and press Create. Once done, you'll be brought to a page which shows and now you can go in and make your first bid.
Thank you for joining ACRS Virtual Gala today. My name is Gil, and I'm the lead bartender at Nue Restaurant here in Capitol Hill, Seattle. And today we're going to start things off by showing you how to make our custom gala cocktail, the Jade Fizz. We have two versions. We have the non-alcoholic version, and we also have some with rum in it. What you're going to need is first the ingredients. You're going to need the Jade Fizz mix, a lime leaves, sparkling water, and Bacardi rum. And you're gonna get all of this once you purchase your kit from us. And now tools. You're just gonna need something to measure with: a jigger or a measuring cup, pint glass, and a spoon. I have a bar spoon because that's what I have here, but if you're at home and you don't have one, you can just use a regular spoon. So what you're gonna do first is measure out 1.5 ounces of the Jade Fizz mix with your jigger or measuring cup. So 1.5 ounces, you're gonna pour that into the pint. Then 1.5 ounces of Bacardi rum. Now you're gonna need some ice. You're gonna top out the glass with the ice and stir with your spoon. And you can do this for about 12 seconds or so until everything's like well chilled. Everything's combined and chilled. You're gonna top it off with sparkling water. And garnish it with a lime leaf and a lime wedge. So you're gonna cut your lime into little wedges for garnishes. And there you have it, the Jade Fizz. Now we're moving on to the non-alcoholic version. And same deal, you're gonna get also a little baggie of the mix. And you're gonna measure out 1.5 ounces of the mix. And this one has no alcohol in it. So 1.5 ounces. And now instead of the rum, you're gonna use this aloe vera that you're also gonna get with the non-alcoholic kit. And it's 1 ounce, 2 ounces actually, this one. 2 ounces. Top it off with ice. And stir until everything's combined and chilled. Top it up again with the sparkling water. And it's gonna have the same garnishes. A lime leaf and a little lime leaf. Non-alcoholic Jade Fizz.
start signing up as a bidder, the first step is to click on the Start Bidding button, which appears in the top right-hand corner. You may see packages below, but you'll also notice the Start Bidding button is appearing in the top right corner. Once I click Start Bidding, I have two options. I can create an account or log in with one I've already set up. We're going to create an account. Type in the email that you'd like to use and press Confirm. Once doing so, you're going to be sent a confirmation email to wrap up the rest of your setup. It looks something like this. And when I open the email, it's got an option for my password, name, and contact info. Remember, your password needs to have a combination of numeric characters and symbols. Add your first name, last name, address. Very important function here is to remember your mobile number. Online bidding can send auto-generated text messages when you're outbid or notifying you, but it only does so if you have a mobile number on file. Add your credit card number, expiration date, and press Create. Once done, you'll be brought to a page which shows you that bidding is now open. You click on the green gavel, expiration date, and press Create. Once done, you'll be brought to a page which shows and now you can go in and make your first bid. Green gavel,
Hello guys, thank you for joining ACRS Virtual Gala today. My name is Gil, and I'm the lead bartender at Nue Restaurant here in Capitol Hill, Seattle. And today we're going to start things off by showing you how to make our custom gala cocktail, the Jade Fizz. We have two versions. We have the non-alcoholic version, and we also have some with rum in it. What you're going to need is first ingredients. You're going to need the Jade Fizz mix, a lime leaves, sparkling water, and Bacardi rum. And you're gonna get all of this once you purchase your kit from us. And now tools. You're just gonna need something to measure with: a jigger or a measuring cup, pint glass, and a spoon. I have a bar spoon because that's what I have here, but if you're at home and you don't have one, you can just use a regular spoon. So what you're gonna do first is measure out 1.5 ounces of the Jade Fizz mix with your jigger or measuring cup. So 1.5 ounces, you're gonna pour that into the pint. Then 1.5 ounces of Bacardi rum. Now you're gonna need some ice. You're gonna top out the glass with the ice and stir with your spoon. And you can do this for about 12 seconds or so until everything's like well chilled. Everything's combined and chilled. You're gonna top it off with sparkling water. And garnish it with a lime leaf and a lime wedge. So you're gonna cut your lime into little wedges for garnishes. And there you have it, the Jade Fizz. Now we're moving on to the non-alcoholic version. And same deal, you're gonna get also a little baggie of the mix. And you're gonna measure out 1.5 ounces of the mix. And this one has no alcohol in it. So 1.5 ounces. And now instead of the rum, you're gonna use this aloe vera that you're also gonna get with the non-alcoholic kit. And it's 1 ounce, 2 ounces actually, this one. 2 ounces. Top it up with ice. And stir until everything's combined and chilled. Top it up again with the sparkling water. And it's gonna have the same garnishes. Lime leaf and a little lime. Non-alcoholic Jade Fizz.
To start signing up as a bidder, the first step is to click on the Start Bidding button, which appears in the top right-hand corner. You may see packages below, but you'll also notice the Start Bidding button is appearing in the top right corner. Once I click Start Bidding, I have two options. I can create an account or log in with one I've already set up. We're going to create an account. Type in the email that you'd like to use and press Confirm. Once doing so, you're going to be sent a confirmation email to wrap up the rest of your setup. It looks something like this. And when I open the email, it's got an option for my password, name, and contact info. Remember, your password needs to have a combination of numeric characters and symbols. Add your first name, last name, address. Very important function here is to remember your mobile number. Online bidding can send auto-generated text messages when you're outbid or notifying you, but it only does so if you have a mobile number on file. Add your credit card number, expiration date, and press Create. Once done, you'll be brought to a page which shows you that bidding is now open. You click on the green gavel, expiration date, and press Create. Once done, you'll be brought to a page which shows you, and now you can go in and make your first bid.
Thank you for joining ACRS Virtual Gala today. My name is Gil, and I'm the lead bartender at Nue Restaurant here in Capitol Hill, Seattle. And today we're going to start things off by showing you how to make our custom gala cocktail, the Jade Fizz. We have two versions. We have the non-alcoholic version, and we also have some with rum in it. What you're going to need is first ingredients. You're going to need the Jade Fizz mix, a lime leaves, sparkling water, and Bacardi rum. And you're gonna get all of this once you purchase your kit from us. And now tools. You're just gonna need something to measure with: a jigger or a measuring cup, pint glass, and a spoon. I have a bar spoon because that's what I have here, but if you're at home and you don't have one, you can just use a regular spoon. So what you're gonna do first is measure out 1.5 ounces of the Jade Fizz mix with your jigger or measuring cup. So 1.5 ounces, you're gonna pour that into the pint. Then 1.5 ounces of Bacardi rum. Now you're gonna need some ice. You're gonna top out the glass with the ice and stir with your spoon. And you can do this for about 12 seconds or so until everything's like well chilled. Everything's combined and chilled. You're gonna top it off with sparkling water. And garnish it with a lime leaf and a lime wedge. So you're gonna cut your lime into little wedges for garnishes. And there you have it, the Jade Fizz. Now we're moving on to the non-alcoholic version. And same deal, you're gonna get also a little baggie of the mix. And you're gonna measure out 1.5 ounces of the mix. And this one has no alcohol in it. So 1.5 ounces. And now instead of the rum, you're gonna use this aloe vera that you're also gonna get with the non-alcoholic kit. And it's 2 ounces actually, this one. 2 ounces. Top it up with ice. And stir until everything's combined and chilled. Top it up again with the sparkling water. And it's gonna have the same garnishes. Lime leaf, another lime. Non-alcoholic Jade Fizz.
Good evening and welcome to the 2020 Virtual Gala benefiting Asian Counseling and Referral Service. We are minutes away from our live program starting at 6 p.m. Pacific. And just a reminder, the silent auction will close tonight at 6:10.
Now, to donate and bid, visit ACRS's auction and donation site at acrs2020.ggo.bid. Then click on the button that says Start at the top. You'll be prompted to log in or create a profile and then enter your payment information. And if you have any questions, just call our helpline. There's a team of ACRS staff who are happy to help you. So be ready to bid. And there'll be a fun and free chance to practice bidding and win a prize.
And we want to hear from you, so say hi to us in our Facebook live stream chat. Share this live stream with your friends, and don't forget to share photos of yourself attending our virtual event, even if you're in your PJs. You can post directly to our Facebook event or use the hashtag ACRS 2020 Virtual Gala. Thanks for being here. Keep bidding, and we'll see you when we go live at 6 p.m.
Thanks, Mimi. Hey, and now let's check out that cocktail recipe again from Gil at Nue Restaurant.
Hello guys, thank you for joining ACRS Virtual Gala today. My name is Gil and I'm the lead bartender at Nue Restaurant here in Capitol Hill, Seattle. And today we're going to start things off by showing you how to make our custom gala cocktail, the Jade Fizz. We have two versions. We have the non-alcoholic version and we also have some with rum in it. What you're going to need is first ingredients. You're gonna need the Jade Fizz mix, a lime leaves, sparkling water, and Bacardi rum. And you're gonna get all of this once you purchase your kit from us. And now tools. You're just gonna need something to measure with: a jigger or a measuring cup, pint glass, and a spoon. I have a bar spoon because that's what I have here, but if you're at home and you don't have one, you can just use a regular spoon. So what you're gonna do first is measure out 1.5 ounces of the Jade Fizz mix with your jigger or measuring cup. So 1.5 ounces, you're gonna pour that into the pint. Then 1.5 ounces of Bacardi rum. Now you're gonna need some ice. You're gonna top out the glass with the ice and stir with your spoon. And you can do this for about 12 seconds or so until everything's like well chilled. Everything's combined and chilled. You're gonna top it off with sparkling water. And garnish it with a lime leaf and a lime wedge. So you're gonna cut your lime into little wedges for garnishes. And there you have it, the Jade Fizz. Now we're moving on to the non-alcoholic version. And same deal, you're gonna get also a little baggie of the mix. And you're gonna measure out 1.5 ounces of the mix. And this one has no alcohol in it. So 1.5 ounces. And now instead of the rum, you're gonna use this aloe vera that you're also gonna get with the non-alcoholic kit. And it's 2 ounces actually, this one. 2 ounces. Top it up with ice. And stir until everything's combined and chilled. Top it up again with the sparkling water. And it's gonna have the same garnishes. Lime leaf and a little lime garnish. Non-alcoholic Jade Fizz.
Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Mimi Jung, anchor of King 5 Mornings on King TV, and I'm thrilled to return as the MC for the evening. We are grateful to have you join us tonight from your homes to support Asian Counseling and Referral Service, an organization that provides essential services to Asian Americans, Pacific Islanders, and others in over 40 languages. Tonight, we will learn more about ACRS, hear inspiring stories of hope, and celebrate the courage and resilience of our community during these challenging times. While the format of our gala is new, we have all the familiar components of a traditional gala. There will be a live auction, raise the paddle, and a silent auction, and that silent auction closes soon at 6:10, so bid now. Settle in, get comfortable, and enjoy tonight's program.
Thanks, Mimi. Hey, I'm Ron Hippe, your auctioneer for the night, and I am honored to join you. And like Mimi said, tonight is all about coming together as a community. Your presence tonight supports the work of ACRS, and we promise there will be multiple opportunities to give. Now, if you plan on being part of tonight's auction and raise the paddle, know that all proceeds benefit the work that ACRS is doing in the community. So, how does this work? Let me tell you. To donate or bid in the auction, you need to be signed in on the bidding site below. So go ahead and try on your smartphone or your tablet and push start at the top of your screen. You'll then be prompted to create an account and register your payment information. It's very easy. But if you have any questions, just call the number below. There is a team of ACRS staff ready to help you. Hey, so let's warm up your bidding fingers and play a practice game. How about it? This is free, and it's a chance to practice bidding. And your credit cards will not be charged. It's just for fun and practice. So go to the bidding site right now and find the mystery package. Go ahead and click the bid button, and the first 3 people to bid will receive a gift certificate to a local restaurant. Okay, ready to play? So here we go. Start those bidding, and let's see who is going to be our top 3, the first 3 to come through. And here we go. Our first one, Clara Dr. Lero is our first winner, followed by, we have Janet Suhu, and finally, Liana Wu. That's it, our 3 winners. Congratulations. You just won gift certificates to Phnom Penh in Seattle.
Okay, everybody's warmed up, right, Ron? We are ready to go. And now that you are, peruse the auction site. There are some fabulous one-of-a-kind items. Before we begin, though, we want to thank our generous sponsors who helped to make this evening possible. To our presenting sponsor, Orca Bay Foods, many thanks to you, Phil Crean, Cora Edmonds, and the whole team at Orca Bay Foods. We also want to thank our legacy sponsors, Amazon and Muckleshoot Indian Tribe. Our visionary sponsors, Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center, Kaiser Permanente, JP Morgan Chase, ResCare, and Waijamaya. And our advocate sponsors, Equity Funding and KPMG. A very big thank you to all of you. We are so grateful for your support.
For sure. And we also want to thank our ACRS Board of Directors and Gala Committee for their outstanding leadership and support. And a very special thanks to our virtual table captains and guests. Hey, give yourselves a big round of applause. Or better yet, raise a hand in the Facebook chat.
While the pandemic has impacted us all, our communities most vulnerable have been hit the hardest, often with little or no support. It has been a year of unexpected and profound change. Hear about it directly from ACRS.
For days and weeks, nobody checked on them.
The report was that she hadn't eaten in 3 days.
The president of the
subtle
United
comments,
States.
some subtle gestures, and definitely even outright racism. Oh man, how has the pandemic not impacted the work that we do?
There's no training out there that can ever prepare anyone to be a frontline person to deliver services in a time of crisis. So the pandemic hit us like no other, but our team is incredible. They're amazing. They were nimble and flexible, and responsive, and they quickly shifted gears to make sure that we can get services out to our communities.
Asian counseling and referral service, how can I help you?
On the front end, I think people are really focused on basic needs, how to access food, how to make sure to have a roof over their heads.
We quickly found out that our regular food bank wasn't cutting it anymore. It turns out many of the community members were advised not to leave their homes. At first, we were panicked.
But despite that, we worked collaboratively with different partners throughout the region to make sure that we could transition into a delivery approach to providing food.
And we decided to move the location to the main ACRS building, bring in more inventory, spread out, safely put together grocery bags, and safely distribute to the organizations. Currently, we're distributing 2,000 grocery bags and over 2,000 meals per week, and those numbers continue to grow.
This prolonged period of uncertainty, fear, and also racism, around Asian Pacific Islander related to COVID virus have impacted our clients so seriously that we are seeing a lot of our clients' depression, anxiety, and PTSD getting worse. In order to do the telehealth, people need to have a cell phone or computer, internet access, and digital literacy.
Unmute yourself really quick.
Many of our clients do not have cell phone. We got some funding to provide a free smartphone to over 100 clients with a 1-year service plan. That allows us to be able to communicate with our clients, and we are hearing from many clients that we are the only one who's calling to check on them. We made a care package and we write a letter. We had to be really creative.
I would never have thought that the grocery bags would be a vessel, a way to distribute information to our communities. And it first started with distribution of masks, and then we thought of the idea of the well-wish cards that the volunteers have been putting together. So it became a way of distributing civic engagement materials.
We have put both census materials and COVID materials in our food delivery bags. And even though a lot of those folks still get census in the mail, I think it's much different coming from a place like ACRS that is a trusted resource.
Hi there, my name is Rocky.
We've had to really figure out how to up our digital outreach. We're getting out the vote not just through phone banking and text banking, but still doing candidate forums, arranging calls with our elected officials.
So in addition to the pandemic and its impact, kind of a double whammy to our community was the rise in anti-Asian racism.
At the beginning of the pandemic, even some of our youth were experiencing racism, just saying, oh, here comes COVID.
Hey everyone,
in
thanks for joining
a short amount of time. One thing they were able to do is just create an amazing summer program that youth could join. We were able to get some amazing poems, as well as youth creating graphic novels, youth creating podcasts, social media posts about healthy relationships, just providing a space for an opportunity to talk, to process, to debrief, to let them know that they're not alone.
And at the same time, we are seeing our Black communities hurt and harmed because of police violence. And one of the key things as an organization we continue to address anti-Black racism is because if we address those who are most vulnerable, we are also directly impacting our communities who are impacted by racism as well.
There's no one who is not affected by this pandemic.
I mean, it's been incredible to see, but I'm not gonna lie, it's been hard.
I mean, I've lost 2 family members to COVID during this time while still working for a program to combat what's happening.
It's definitely been challenging times, but when I'm challenged, I look to our colleagues and I see what they're doing. And that inspires me, that gives me strength as a leader. They are so incredible. And when I do go in on a regular basis and I see people continuing to smile, and I see people in action with clients who are coming in to get essential services. It gives me so much joy and so much energy to carry and continue on with the work of our organization and our mission.
Wow, talk about inspiring. Seeing that makes me even prouder to be here and share this evening with you. Please know that your donations tonight make that kind of work possible.
Exactly, Mimi. Your generosity tonight helps frontline and essential services like ACRS. And like we promised, there are opportunities to support their work. First up, it's our first live auction. Now again, if you're not set up to bid, please go and do that now. And grab a second screen if you can, like a phone or a tablet.
And all of these items will close together in just 4 minutes. So we've got the countdown clock going. Here are the items. Sunset Dinner Cruise number 41, Big Sky Montana Luxury Road Trip number 42, Waikiki Luxury Suite number 43.
And now, to help you bid, we're about to put a countdown timer up, and you'll have 4 final minutes to bid on the items in this first live auction block. Now, if you're not 100% sure that you're seeing the most recent bids, just refresh your bidding page. All right, is everybody ready to bid on items? The first 3 items? Here we go. Let's put 4 minutes on the clock. On your mark, get set, bid. And as our timer works its way down, Mimi, tell us about these auction packages.
All right, so the first one is the Sunset Dinner Cruise package, item number 43. Cruise the Puget Sound on a beautiful 50-foot yacht with a party of 5 friends. Your party will sip cocktails by Nue Restaurant and enjoy a catered dinner from Rita Brogan, author of the food blog foodieson.com. We want to thank Rita Brogan and Michael Richards for this magical dining experience.
You know, here's a fun fact. Rita was a former board president of ACRS, and she has 2 large greenhouses and grows much of her produce at home. Not only that, she's an amazing cook. Let's take a look at the bids right now for the Sunset Dinner Cruise. We've got them coming in. We've got Dan Allen, who is bidding right now, but wait a second. What? He has been outbid. Let's see it. Janet Suhu, you just outbid Dan. Dan, you're going to get those thumbs ready because you need to outbid Janet, and anybody else can get in on this item too. And while we're doing that, Mimi, tell us about the next item.
All right, Ron, the second item is the Big Sky Montana Luxury Road Trip. You'll head there on October 20th, so check the details and get ready. This exclusive 6-bedroom, 6.5-bathroom vacation home accommodates 13 guests for 4 nights. It's just 1 hour from Yellowstone National Park and a short walk from the Madison Bay Ski Run.
Hey, there's more than that, too. Guests will have their own private outdoor hot tub, are you kidding me? And access to skiing and so much more. This package is perfect for anybody looking for a getaway or just a scenic view as you work remotely. Hey, a big thank you to Derek Edmonds for this luxury outdoor adventure. In fact, let's take a look at how this item is doing. The Big Sky Montana Luxury Road Trip, Rita Brogan, nice bid, but whoop, John C., you have just outbid Rita. And John, Vivian Shields, you're next. Oh my gosh, this is fast and furious. Clara Dr. Laro is currently our #1 bidder. Clara, hold on to that bid because I know there's some people that are going to be coming and thumbing to try to outbid you. So Clara, good for now. Everybody else, get in on these items because we're going to close them for good in just under 2 minutes. And in fact, our third item is something like this.
Let's head to Hawaii. The third item is an incredible Waikiki Hawaii luxury suite for 7 nights. On November 6th, you'll head to Hawaii and treat yourself to a posh 3-bedroom, 3-bath, full-floor suite inside Waikiki Beach's most upscale beachfront hotel. You and 5 guests will also enjoy your own dry sauna, private elevator, and entryway. Take in sweeping views of the Pacific Ocean and Waikiki Beach from your balcony and private hot tub.
Gosh, that sounds incredible, especially with the rain coming here. Hey, not only that, there's some complimentary services. They've got in-suite breakfast daily, the butler and concierge, a complimentary car rental, 2 bottles of wine, admission for 2 to Bishop Museum and the Honolulu Museum of Art, and more than that. Check out the bidding site for all of the details. And thank you again to Derek Edmonds for this Hawaiian dream getaway we all wish for. Oh my gosh, gosh, that sounds so good. Let's see who's going to go to Hawaii. Vivian Shields. Oh, you are there. But wait a second. Who is next? Rita Brogan has just outbid Vivian, and Rita is looking forward to Hawaii. But oh, it's back and forth. Vivian is taking control again. But hold on, Norman C. We've got, oh, it's fast and furious. I think you guys are really into the Hawaii trip. We have about 30 seconds remaining before all three of these items are closed for good. So if you've got your eye on one, do not hesitate. Get your thumbs bidding right now because we have less than 30 seconds. Vivian Shields, looking like Hawaii is in your future. Hey, let's go back to the first item and see how that one is doing here. It's our Sunset Dinner Cruise. Janet Suhu's still holding strong, but there's still enough time. Almost 10 seconds remain. Let's go to the second one real quick and take a look at our Big Sky Montana getaway. Clara D, you're in first place. Now we only have 5 seconds left. 4, 3, this is it, folks. They're gonna close for good, and that is our timer. The first 3 items are officially closed. And congratulations to our auction item winners. Now we have 3 more items coming up later in the program, so stay tuned for that.
So congratulations to all of our lucky auction winners. That was super fun. I can't wait for the last 3. I'd like to introduce right now someone who I personally admire. Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal has been an outspoken voice for human rights, equality, immigration, and judicial reform on behalf of Washington State and the country. Representative Jayapal has been a longtime friend of ACRS and has fought alongside us for decades. She's a community organizer and activist at heart and has championed immigrants' rights and human rights. Please welcome Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal.
Good evening. I'm Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, and I'm proud to represent Washington's 7th Congressional District in the U.S. House of Representatives. When I was elected in 2016, I became the first South Asian American woman ever sent to the House of Representatives. Today, I'm one of only 14 naturalized citizens in the United States Congress. But for years before that, I was a community ally and partner of ACRS when I started and led One America, Washington's largest immigrant advocacy organization, and we stood together with ACRS to advocate for our AAPI community here in Seattle, in Olympia, and in Washington, D.C. Now, I sit in Congress, and I'm so honored to speak to you at your annual gala and to congratulate you on the incredible work that ACRS continues to do for our region. These are difficult times for our country and for our people, but as organizers and activists for justice, we must take heart in the fact that strength emerges in times of crisis. And in challenging times like these, it is more important than ever that we take a brief pause to recognize and to celebrate the work you have done and the enormous good that ACRS has done for so many people across our region. So thank you for all of the work you do each and every year in every conceivable circumstance, be it a harsh and xenophobic political climate for immigrants and refugees, or this year's unprecedented global pandemic, which has rocked all our daily lives in so many ways. The services you provide our large and growing Asian American and Pacific Islander community are not only necessary and comprehensive, everything from citizenship and immigration aid to employment training to health and wellness services, but it's also delivered in the most compassionate and culturally competent of ways. In considering language barriers and the wide range of ages of the people you serve, you model the kind of smart and effective services that communities of color and marginalized communities all over the country deserve. At the federal level, I am continuing to fight hard for culturally competent integration services, from citizenship to English language learning, combined with humane, comprehensive immigration reform that finally addresses family reunification for our AAPI families, a path to citizenship for undocumented immigrants, and the DREAM Act, along with taking on the unfair criminalization and deportation of Southeast Asian immigrants and transforming our cruel for-profit immigrant detention system. In the midst of this COVID pandemic, I know that all of us have been heartbroken and outraged by the verbal and physical violence and scapegoating of our AAPI community, and the spread of anti-Asian rhetoric and harmful myths and stereotypes by leaders in our highest offices. We together have stepped up against this kind of hate and xenophobia time and time again in the history of our country, and once again now. Thank you to ACRS and our entire community for fighting these attacks and for highlighting the inspiring role of AAPIs in battling the public health and economic crisis we are in. Today, as always, AAPIs are serving on the front lines as healthcare professionals and domestic workers, teachers and business owners, restaurant owners, and so much more. We are family, here for each other through tragedy and struggle and the good times. We are resilient because our communities have seen so much and lived so much. So we know we are survivors. We are loving and generous, and we look after each other. We are fierce justice fighters, putting our collective hands on that moral arc of the universe and bending it more quickly toward justice. Thank you, ACRS, for all you have done and all you continue to do. I am so proud to represent this beloved community.
Thank you, Congresswoman Jayapal, for reminding us how strong we are when we join together. We are honored to welcome our next speaker, Helen Zia. Helen is a longtime civil rights activist, award-winning journalist, and author of Asian American Dreams, My Country versus Me, and Last Boat Out of Shanghai. An outspoken advocate against hate crimes, she was one of the lead organizers of the Justice for Vincent Chin campaign, which became a national civil rights movement in 1982. In the wake of COVID-19, she spoke on the parallels of the Chin case and how the targeting of Asian Americans will make it harder to stop COVID-19. Most recently, the National Asian Pacific American Bar Association awarded her their 2020 President's Award for her exceptional commitment to the Asian Pacific American community. Please welcome Helen Zia.
Hi, I'd like to offer a few words of greetings and congratulations to Asian Counseling and Referral Service for all of the many years of incredible, not just service, but also advocacy for the Asian American and Pacific Islander communities. And because of technical glitches, this is going to be very brief right at this moment, but my thoughts are with all of you as you celebrate these years together. And for those of you who weren't among the founders or those early years, and look back at that time, maybe with the nostalgia of thinking that those civil rights years just sort of brought people together to create things like ACRS, I just want to say no. Those institutions, ACRS was born out of struggle, a lot of struggle, at a time when the civil rights movements, the women's movements, the anti-war movements, the LGBT movements, all of those youth movements were times of actually great struggle, discord, conflict, division. Society was very polarized at the time, and yet because your founders fought so hard to create ACRS and to look for the long view of making social change, today, so many decades later, ACRS is not only there, but an institution for the community to stand up for AAPI voices. And that's the opportunity today, because we are very much at a time similar to that. And so if you keep your eye on the long haul and know that social change is, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, it goes in a zigzag, and as long as we keep going forward and keeping the eye on the vision of serving the community, of advocating the community, of being visible, of making change and moving forward and uniting with as many different people of the same values as we have, you know what? We will go forward, because history is not only on our side, but so are the demographics. And, people of color really are actually in the majority. If you put people of color, women, women's voices, people of conscience, and you know what? We are the majority already. If we can fight these divisions that have been thrown to keep us apart. So ACRS is a role model for all of us in that way. So learn those lessons on what it took to create ACRS back when there was a lot of social chaos and turmoil too. And that's what will get us through this time of pandemic and racism. So congratulations again, and on to the next several years together. Thank you.
Thank you, Helen, for those inspiring words. In times of hardship, we come together as family and community. For those who found hope, opportunity, and voice through ACRS, the path to a better life isn't easy. At ACRS, they are welcomed by caring staff who speak their language and understand their cultural background. They find healing through programs in a time of need. For many, this journey can take years. Let's take a look back and hear the experiences of clients in 2016 and see how their journeys have unfolded.
As my mom's primary caregiver, I have been taking her to Club Bamboo for about the past year and a half. Being able to come to ACRS and Club Bamboo has been a big part of that. What really gives her hope and enjoyment in life is the social and emotional.
On November 12th, my mom died. So very hard for me, for the family, because my mom was my example of life. And I find Janelle. Janelle also came to help me with that situation. I have a lot of hope right now. It's like the first day of the rest of my life.
มาที่อเมริกาเพราะว่าผมอยากให้ลูกมีโอกาสทางการศึกษา
I came to the U.S. because I wanted to give my son better opportunities for an education and jobs than I had in Thailand. I found out about ACRS because my mother takes ESL classes here. She told me that they provide assistance to immigrants by helping them find jobs and further their education, so I came to find help too. ACRS has helped me with learning English and making a step-by-step plan to help me achieve my goals and to get the job that I want. If I didn't have this assistance, I would continue to be stuck in a job where I can't make enough money to support my family.
Thank you very much.
ขอบคุณที่นี่มากๆครับที่ช่วย
Thank you very much for all the ways you've helped me and provided me with new opportunities. It has meant a lot to me and my family.
Every dollar matters, and it's going towards programs and activities that are making a huge difference in the lives of community members, in my case in particular for my mom.
Some Pretty touching stories there. Before we shift to Raise the Paddle, I'd like to thank Jessica, Idakorn, Trang, and her mother for sharing their stories with us. I'd also like you to recognize all of you at ACRS and beyond who are showing up every day to provide frontline and essential services.
That's true, Mimi. You know, for folks at home, your gift will have a real impact on the individuals and families ACRS serves. You know, Trang said it best. Every dollar matters, and we know your gift comes from the heart. So to raise your virtual paddle, just go to acrs2020.ggo.bid and click the blue Donate Here button. Again, every dollar matters. So if you want to give at a customized level, you can add any amount that's meaningful to you. Our goal tonight is to raise $275,000. We're about halfway there, and we're going to make it. Now, your generosity supports over a dozen services and programs. And when you give right now, you support hope and opportunity in over 40 languages and dialects. Your gift will help strengthen the entire agency. So we're opening our giving level tonight at $20,000. Let me tell you, at this top level, $20,000 could fund half a year of digital literacy classes to help low-income job seekers gain the skills and tools to access the internet and other essential resources.
Okay, so we want to thank our lead $20,000 donors right now, Derek and Juling Edmonds. Thank you, Derek and Juling.
Thank you very much. Hey, and let's keep going to our next level. It's $15,000. Now, $15,000 could bring art supplies, for example, to the ACRS Art Therapy Program, and possibly video equipment to the Southeast Asian Youth Film Group. Both of these programs use the power of art to help heal.
So the donations keep coming in, and at $15,000, thank you, Adele Maruo and John Lawrence. Also, Ellen Ferguson at $15,000. Thank you.
Look at that. The bubbles on that thermometer are rising up. Hey, let's move on to our next level. It's $10,000, and $10,000 could fund food delivery for 1 month. Or it could also bring 8,000 bags of culturally familiar foods to people in need.
So at the $10,000 level, thank you, Bob and Donna Sekijima, Norman Chook, and Mito Alfieri.
Look at that. The generosity is incredible, and it just keeps coming. Hey, our next level is $5,000. And again, folks, this is your chance to give any level that is comfortable for you. Perhaps the $5,000 level is comfortable for you. In fact, it was comfortable for these people.
Well, we've got Marcia Fujimoto, David Keene, Gloria Shin, all coming at $5,000, Ron.
Right.
Joe Bowers, Kai Fujita, Jackie Chow, and Loretta and Tim Little. Thank you to all of you.
Thank you. And more are coming in, folks. This is very exciting. You can see right there, our totals are rising as we speak. Let's take a look at our next level. It's $2,500, and that could provide over 8 months of counseling to someone without medical coverage. And people who couldn't afford it otherwise.
So at the $2,500 level, these are the donors right now: Harold and Diane Taniguchi, Diane and Rich Sugimura, and Martha Reyes, as well as Andrew Clough.
Amazing. Look at that. We're over $212,000, folks. We're going to get there. Our next level is $1,000, and $1,000 could help 20 immigrants and refugees navigate their path to citizenship with bilingual citizenship classes and individualized assistance.
So coming in at $1,000, a big thank you to Judy Tobin, ACRS Executive Director Michael Byun, Lucy Purcell, and ACLU of Washington.
And how about our next level, $500? When you donate $500, you might be providing warm Thanksgiving meals to over 100 clients.
A lot of people coming in at this level. Thank you to Mai Win, former King 5 anchor Lori Matsukawa, and Larry Blackstock.
And you can see the names, too, scrolling at home, folks, right down there. This is generosity on display. Our next level is $250, and at this level, we have a very special challenge gift by former ACRS Executive Director Diane Narasaki and her husband, James West. So the first 4 people who give at the $250 level will be matched by Diane and James. They will double your $250 donation for a total of $500.
And I had the pleasure of meeting Diane at a past gala. For those of you who know Diane, you know she is a community builder at heart, and this match is truly her style. So thank you, Diane, for always bringing people along.
Hey, and how about our $100 level? When you donate $100, you could help a high schooler prepare for college or the workforce.
So we've got our donors coming in. Jeffrey Liang, thank you for coming in at $250. Courtney Chappelle at $250 as well. And our $100 donations are also coming in too. So thank you.
Look at that, incredible. And we have one level beyond that. It's our $50 level. And that could provide a week of culturally familiar warm meals safely to a senior, like Trang's mother, for example. And if you haven't already given tonight, please think about making a gift at the final level of $50 or make it a custom gift that's meaningful to you.
Again, thank you to Jerry Ventura giving at $100 level, Janice Zahn donating $250, Janet Ung donating $250 as well. So Ron, that thermometer keeps going up. We're really close to our goal right now.
It's going, that's right. And remember, folks, we want to get to $275,000 tonight. We are well on our way. I know we're going to do it, but it requires you. But I also want to thank you, every one of you, for your generosity. And by the way, here's a reminder. Check in with your company that you work for on Monday and see if they match donations. And if they do, ask them to do so to maximize your donation's impact.
Okay, so right now we've raised $224,000 so far tonight. Just switched over to $225,000. So we're about $50,000 away from our goal tonight. Ron is confident that we are going to make it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not just make it, let's exceed it. So send us some love, by the way. Apparently people are saying hi to us in the chat. So raise a hand in our Facebook chat for everyone who raised their paddle so we can say hi to you. The giving link, by the way, will be active for a week. So you can continue giving or pass that link on to other people who can continue to give. Before we present the last live auction of the night, we have a special performance by Marc DelaCruz and Katie Tupper. Marc DelaCruz is the first Asian American to play the lead role of Hamilton on Broadway. Katie Tupper is a singer, actor, and voice teacher. She also has firsthand experience working with youth in ACRS youth programs. Well, both Marc and Katie have Seattle roots and wanted to dedicate this song of hope to all of you watching at home. Please welcome Marc DelaCruz and Katie Tupper.
Hello, I'm Marc DelaCruz.
And I'm Katie Tupper.
And we are honored to join you tonight in support of ACRS. I'm dialing in from New York.
And I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area. But as former Seattleites, we know the vital contribution ACRS makes to the Asian Pacific Islander community.
For decades, ACRS has led by example, teaching us how to aid and stand up for one another.
As we're all aware, this year has brought more than its share of challenges. And in the midst of all of it, we might feel a bit disconnected from one another.
But, as evidenced by tonight's gala, our communities remain strong and intact.
And the work of ACRS is perhaps more vital than ever.
Along with pianist Alice Huang, we wanted to sing something for you that reflects this sense of togetherness and the certainty that we will get through the tough times and that we will someday, in person, be together again.
There's a place for us, somewhere a place for us, peace and quiet and open air, wait for us somewhere. There's a time for us, someday a time for us, time together with time to spare, time to learn, time to gain, someday, somewhere we'll find a new way of living, we'll find a way of forgiving, there's a place for us, a time and place for us. Hold my hand and we're halfway there. Hold my hand and I'll take you there. somehow, someday, somewhere.
Thank you for tuning in tonight, and thank you for supporting ACRS.
Thank you.
Goosebumps. That was so beautiful. Thank you, Marc and Katie. That song is a reminder that even though we may be distant, we find ways to maintain meaningful connections to one another. I've got a little secret to share with you right now. You'll see one of these stars featured in the next live auction.
That's right. Your secret's safe with me, Mimi. Okay, bidders, are you ready for round 2 of our live auction? We have some really great experience packages for this second round. We have the Hamilton Fan Club, which is number 38. We have lunch with golf pro Sarah Ree, which is number 39, and flyaway with Alaska Airlines, number 40. So again, just like before, you're going to have 4 minutes to finish your bidding. And remember, you can set a max bid high for your best chance at winning. So here we go. Let's get that clock ready. On your mark, get set, bid. And Mimi, tell us about our first item.
Okay, so up first, we've got the Hamilton Fan Club package, a perfect gift for the Hamilton superfan. This package includes a 30-minute video chat with Marc DelaCruz. You and your friends can chat with Marc about the history and backstage experience of Hamilton. The winner will receive a Hamilton program, card, and cast CD, all autographed by Marc DelaCruz and other cast members. All Hamilton memorabilia comes in a Hamilton tote bag with a Hamilton mug and bottles of wine for up to 20 people. Thanks to Marc DelaCruz and ACRS board member Angeline Chung for making a Hamilton superfan's dream come true.
That's right, and you just heard Marc singing, so you know he's great and how fun that'll be to be able to talk to him right there virtually. So let's check in with our bidding here for the Hamilton Fan Club. We've got John C. is our first bidder, but now Heidi Wong has just taken the bid away from him. Oh, not to be outdone, it's Fred Northup Jr., who is now the lead bidder. Oh, but the junior member has been outdone by Lenny Fan. So keep those bids coming, folks. The Hamilton Fan Club is still open, but let's take a look at our next item.
We've got golf and lunch with golf pro Sarah Ree. Get golf tips from a pro. This package includes a round of golf and lunch for 2 at the exclusive Sahali Country Club in Sammamish. You'll be joined by ACRS Board President Norman Chook and Sarah Ree, the 2020 Pacific Northwest Women's Open champion and member of the National Championship University of Washington women's golf team. Many thanks to ACRS Board President Norman Chook and Sarah Ree.
Hey, golf fans, take notice. This is an exceptional package. Let's take a look. Who are the biggest golf fans we have right now? It's Noboru Yamawaki, but Derek and Julian Edmonds have just outbid. Oh, but not to be outdone. They're coming fast and furious, folks. Dr. Tom is high, but Derek and Julian are back in again, and David Tan has now overtaken. Let's take a look. Nathan Alexander. Wow, this is a popular package, folks. It's David Tan and Nathan Alexander and Derek and Julian back and forth, the 3 of them. Oh, this is going to be exciting, folks. Who is going to walk away with the Sarah Ree lunch and golf fun package? This is exciting. We'll put a pause on that for now for us and take a look at our final live auction item.
Fly away with Alaska Airlines. Walk away with 2 Alaska Airlines vouchers good for round-trip coach tickets to anywhere Alaska Airlines flies. Alaska flies to 115 cities. Your destination can be almost anywhere from Alaska, Canada, or Mexico. No blackout dates, and it's good for a whole year. Thanks to ACRS board member Lucy Purcell and Alaska Airlines.
Well, let's take a look now. Isn't it going to be great to fly away when it's all safe to do so? And we've got Bob and Donna S. starting us off there. But Mr. Mitch Acevedo has now taken the lead. Hey, Mitch Acevedo has now been outdone by Derek and Julian Edmonds again. Wow, they really want to win this package, but now it's Dr. Mitch again and Vivian Shields back in the mix. Oh, Clara Dr. Lero is now in the mix with our lead bid. This is our final item. These last 3, you can bid on any of the 3, but they're going to close in 40 seconds, folks. And it looks like, the current lead bid for the Alaska Airlines tickets is Mr. Joseph Bowers. So Mr. Joseph Bowers got his eye on those tickets. but you could take them as well. Let's check in with the Hamilton Fan Club. This one is really flying, folks. Hamilton Fan Club, Emiko T has taken the lead, but Serene Chen is now in first place. You could outbid Serene, but you got to do it now because time is running out. We only have about 15 seconds left before this package, all three, close for good. So here's our final 10-second countdown. The golf and lunch with Golf Pro Sarah Ree. Nathan Alexander looking good, but time is almost out. Let's find out. We've got 2, we've got 1, and boom, that's it, folks. All of those packages are closed, and I have just heard word that we are able to add a second golf and lunch with Golf Pro Sarah Ree package. So we're gonna give our top 2 winning bidders the package for the Golf and Lunch Pro. That's going to be really great. So congratulations to those 2 winners and our other winners in our other packages and everybody who won tonight.
That was pretty fun.
Very fun.
And now I'd like to introduce our last speaker for tonight, who has some important words around the importance of allyship now and in the future. Please welcome ACRS Executive Director Michael Byun.
Thank you, everyone, for attending this Saturday evening's gala. Your support this evening is incredibly important as our community continues to navigate these uncharted territories. We appreciate you and thank you for believing in ACRS as we work alongside our community to provide hope and opportunity to those who are most affected by this pandemic. While the pandemic has touched all of us, it has clearly revealed inequities that disproportionately impact communities of color. It was the tragic deaths of Breonna Taylor and George Floyd earlier this year, and the deaths of Black people due to police brutality that has galvanized our community to take action. America's long legacy of anti-Black racism was brought front and center. The uprising and the countless calls for justice for the deaths of Black community members are not separate from the COVID-19 pandemic and anti-Asian racism. They are in fact connected, as structural racism exists and persists in our society. As an organization rooted in social justice, ACRS stands in solidarity with the Black community and their priorities. It is why we are in support of re-envisioning public safety that directs the most resources to community-based solutions in the area of mental health and social services, for example. One of the important learnings during this time is when anti-Black racism exists in our society, then it exists everywhere and impacts all people of color, and the importance of all of us doing our own part to undo anti-Black racism. It is why ACRS, its board, leadership team, and staff have made anti-Black racism one of our key priorities as an organization. We also recognize our important role to explore and have deep conversations with our Asian American and Pacific Islander community. Recently, ACRS, as part of a series for AAPI young professionals in the region, held a virtual conversation about what it means to be in allyship with the Black community. Combating racism is also about undoing other forms of oppression against those who are most marginalized in our community. It is why ACRS is working to support Native Hawaiians and Pacific Islanders to lift up their voices, to ensure that they have a seat at the table, and to promote their own community-based solutions. In neighborhoods where AAPIs live alongside others, we stood with advocates for the homeless to support CDC's guidance by deprioritizing displacement of those who are experiencing homelessness. We are also bringing greater urgency as an organization and importance to our Queer Vision Access Project so that trans and queer clients and staff feel a sense of radical welcoming. These are just a few of a number of other important efforts ACRS is part of in order for our community's vision to be fully realized as just, humane, and equitable. We welcome you to be part of these efforts, to be fully engaged, and to continue this very important journey with us. Again, thank you for attending this year's gala, and thank you for all your support. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Michael. I'm reminded of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s famous quote, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." Tonight has been groundbreaking. You all took part in the first ever ACRS Virtual Gala and helped to raise funds to fuel ACRS's vital services.
And again, congratulations to our lucky auction winners and our generous donors. Now let's take a look at where we're at with our thermometer and how much we raised tonight. It appears that we are at $250,110 and counting, folks, because remember, we still have bids coming in, donations coming in, and talk to your employer about matching, because that's going to make a huge difference too. And remember, the bidding will be open all week, so anybody you knew that didn't get a chance to watch tonight's broadcast can watch it at their convenience and add to this total. We're so close. These funds will help ACRS continue to touch the lives of thousands every year. And as I said, that donate page is going to be open all week. Reach out and share it with everyone you know.
I'm Jung alongside Ron Hippe. And on behalf of ACRS staff and the clients they serve, thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you.